Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on Are They Trustworthy? So I anticipate that I'm going to have 11 different piles, but I'm going to do this one a little bit differently in that I'm just going to channel the information. I'm not going to use tarot cards. So that's what's going to happen in this video. So this can apply to anybody. This can apply to anybody in your life. And yeah, I decided to create 11 different, I'm anticipating 11 different piles. If I think I have enough memory on my SM card for 11 piles, but if not, it could be a different amount of piles, but I think I have enough memory. So yeah, knowing people's trustworthiness is very important, right? Because we want to get involved with trustworthy people or people who are largely trustworthy. So this is about this, and I should also add that you should trust your own intuition. This is about trustworthiness. So trust your own intuition above all else. So this is a guide for you to get in touch with your own intuition, but it's but your intuition reigns supreme over this, and because it is a general pile. And also yeah, I think we're gonna get started now. Oh yeah, it could also apply, you can use this for different people as well too if you want to. That's the last thing I believe I want to say. And yeah, so let us get started. So I'm just gonna channel this. So pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. Let us see, what do we have for pile number 1? Okay, so I'm getting a person who has a very chaotic energy, what I'm seeing, and they can be very rash is what I'm hearing. They can be very rash. They can go from one subject to another very quickly. They're very changeable. So in that sense, they could be a little bit untrustworthy in that they're so rash, and it's like I see them, they're almost changing. I would describe this person as sort of like a hothead. Like they change their perspective very, 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 very quickly, and that's not necessarily a good thing, because like they're the type of person who would be like, oh, she did that. She spilled lemon juice on my shoe. Now I'm going to dump her, and I'm going to write about it on my blog and tell everybody. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. So this person, they may not think that they're untrustworthy, and they may not want to be untrustworthy, but just because they're so chaotic, and they just jump from, it's like they jump from one perspective to another. So I'm getting sort of like a bit of a, I'm not diagnosing anyone, but sort of getting a borderline personality energy, like the negative aspect of like borderline personality disorder. But yeah, like so it's like, and the thing I'm hearing about this person, if they were the type of person, I'm hearing often, in some cases they could be the type of person that they could be the type of person that apologizes for what they've done. But I'm hearing in some cases they are, but in a lot of other cases, what makes this person so bad, it'd be one thing if they could, jump to these conclusions and be, and sort of chaotic, like in the way I was describing, but they can sometimes, this person could just double down and become more stubborn. Like after they've defriended you for example, putting lemon juice on your shoe, they could double down and just become more incensed and more angry. It's like they don't know how to stop. Like once they've convinced themselves that somebody's bad, they don't know how to stop, and they just like, so that's part of it. Because if someone's a little bit reactive and they understand it and they can work through it and apologize, and that they're a lot less untrustworthy, right? They've got less untrustworthiness to their personality. But this one feels like them, they just double down and become more obsessed with like hating a person when they've done an infraction that oftentimes isn't that bad is what I'm hearing. Like the person, sometimes it's bad, and I'm hearing God help you if you do something actually bad to this person is what I'm hearing. God help you. But sometimes I'm hearing this person can just react to stuff that isn't all that bad. So in that sense, they're not maybe the most evil of people. They're not most of the most evil of people, but they could be untrustworthy in the way that I describe, if that makes any sense. So I think this was complete for pile number 1. And I'm hearing, this person, watch for like smear campaigns from this person. This person could possibly do smear campaigns, but they feel that they're completely justified about them. So it's just they're just a little bit of a chaotic energy. So now we've got pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. We've got pile number 2. We've got pile number 2 is I'm hearing that this person, I'm hearing this, okay, when I'm getting an image of these sort of like songbirds, and this person could be apparently sweet, but I'm hearing this is not all that is to this person's personality. Like they could have almost a sweet persona, but there's a number of things that are going underneath this person's sweet persona. They could be a little bit, I think I worked with somebody like this years ago anyway, but excuse me, sorry, I'm gonna get a drink of water. So it's sort of like they kind of are a sweet persona, but I'm hearing they could be possibly either passive aggressive, and that's the best case scenario, or they could be kind of not trustworthy, because they could do about 4 different things. They can talk behind people's back. Like they don't confront people directly, they talk behind people's back. They like to talk behind people's back. I'm hearing a big back talker. So that's a bit sweet. They seem like just sing-songy sweet, but I'm hearing their sweet energy or they could do, that's what I'm hearing. That's a big thing. But I'm getting the untrustworthiness of this is from the contrast of how they appear to be, like a sweet, and then they're built that seem sweet to your face, and then back talk you behind your back. So I'm hearing it's almost like this person has a mini demon involved with them, but it's sort of like they're the type that, like, I'm getting the word Southern hospitality. Like they'll be like, oh, so sweet, and bring their neighbors some pie and their new neighbors, but then they'll like talk to the other neighbors about them and like, oh, this person. So seeming to your sweet to your face and then back talking other people. Let's see if I can get anything else. I'm hearing this person is not necessarily very sure of themselves. That's why they are this way, why they talk to other people. It's like they need to talk to other people in order to reassure themselves constantly, because they've got such a sense of just unsurety about themselves, like such a sense of unsurety that they're constantly, they don't understand the meaning of loyalty, and that, like there's like certain, if you're kind of friends or sort of friends with somebody, you shouldn't talk behind their back. Like that's not something that's really a good thing to do. So it's sort of a sense of unsurety. Also like mild narcissism, like they need to they like to do this to almost, it's almost like a self-esteem issue, not excusing it, because most people have self-esteem issues, but they basically have to like make themselves look good in people's eyes at all times, is what I'm getting. They like to make people, like they like to make themselves look better all the time, and this is how they do this, is by putting people down. So it's sort of like in the example that I gave, like they're doing, okay, so they bring over the pie to the neighbor, and so they're kind of a demented people pleaser, as I'm hearing, that doesn't know loyalty, right? So there's two neighbors, right? And they, like the aforementioned pie, they bring the, food over to the person. So that's a people pleasing activity, right? Which some people would say, oh, that's a good one. Bringing somebody pie, the new neighbor's pie, but then they go over to the other neighbor and start talking about the person that they just brought the pie to. It's almost like the people pleasing energy that they have, and I'm hearing they either learned this from their mother, or something in their childhood went wrong where they learned that this behavior was okay. Like this behavior, like this kind of unhealthy behavior was sort of modeled to them. It's like this behavior was like very much like modeled to them, this behavior of untrustworthiness, of like, and just always need to be, then sort of like acting a certain way, and then so loyalty was not. So I wouldn't call this person a sociopath by any stretch of the imagination, but I wouldn't really want somebody like this personally. I mean, maybe you're different. I don't know who's watching this, but I personally wouldn't want somebody like this close to me in my life. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. But I mean, you have to decide how this person fits into to your life. But that's what we've got. So pile number 2. Now let's see. We're on to pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3, 1129. Okay, let's see what I can get. Okay, let's get the energy of this person. I'm feeling very scaly. I'm getting an energy of very scaly, and this could be okay, what I'm getting, I'm seeing this image of this person almost it crunched up in the corner. So they feel very broken. This person feel very very broken, like this image of they feel very broken, and because of that, they could be very defensive. And I'm hearing they could say mean things on occasion, is what I'm hearing. But it's sort of like from they feel very spiritually and emotionally broken. And it's sort of like, if you say, like, it's sort of like, I'm hearing an image of, like an abused dog, right? And it's like the abused dog isn't necessarily untrustworthy, or that although they might bite you, is what I'm hearing. Like you try and there's a dog, and you try and like calm. You try. You people who rescue abused dogs, they bring the abused, and like, oh, I can. They start to think, oh, I can pet this dog. I can be nice, and then it just goes around and it snarls and bites you, or snarls and bites you, and it's not really the fault of the dog, is what I'm hearing, but it's the sort of the fault of the people who have abused this person previously. So a very defensive, abused, broken energy. So, but I'm not getting any evil energy. I'm not getting any, just like abused and broken energy is what I'm getting. So it's like, so it's just like I'm hearing, like, you may want to decide how much you want to entangle with this energy. I'm hearing in some cases it may be worth it to this person, if they're not bad to the core. I'm hearing, if you sense that they're not bad to the core, and they just have these, broken energies, then you may think it's worth it to like be friends, I'm hearing, with this person, or be involved with the person in certain capacity, because they don't feel bad. They don't feel like a bad person. They just feel very broken, and they're inadvertently, like I just said, that they could bite you on occasion in various ways with various words, and you have to decide how much you want to put up with that, right? Is it worth it? Do you think that they're trying to change? Do you think that they're trying to change their patterns? And I'm hearing it may be worth it, it may not be worth it. You have to make that determination, but that's the energy I'm getting, like an abused, broken dog that snaps because of deep emotional pain. Interesting. So that's all we've got for pile number 3. Now let's move on to pile number 4. So interesting. 1444 on the timestamp. Interesting. So let's see. What about for pile number 4? Is this person trustworthy? The first thing I heard is no. A resounding no. No, no, no. And the energy I'm getting is like sometimes I get sort of like nuances of it, right? Like other piles I've gotten, or like sort of nuances, like they may not be entirely, but I'm hearing no, no, no. This person is completely untrustworthy, and I'm hearing, and they, in most cases, they know what they're doing. So I'm getting almost a what do you call it? Somebody who, I'm hearing this person is in their full conscious mind when they do what they're doing, and they know what they're doing as well. So it's sort of like, it's a person who would sell you a lemon on a used car lot and fully know what they're doing. I'm hearing, they have full, and they don't have a problem with. So that would almost be like a psychopath. Interesting. If they completely know what they're doing, and they don't, like I'm hearing, like, because for some people, they sort of justify their behavior, right? But this person doesn't justify their behavior at all, because they don't need to. And when someone doesn't need to justify their behavior, they don't really care at all about any sort of conscientiousness, any kind of goodness, and they're a sociopath. They don't feel guilt. So I'm hearing this person, are they trustworthy? No, 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 and then no, and they do not feel guilty whatsoever. So I'm getting, this is a person who's completely, and I'm getting they're almost, like they have, I'm getting a psychopath vibe for this pile. I wondered if that would come up on, not on any of these readings, but on this reading, but so they're the type, they're like a corporate sociopath. I'm not saying they're necessarily a CEO or anything, but that energy of, well, they could be, but it's sort of like the energy of, like, they'll do whatever it needs to get done. If they need to, poison the water in Africa, an African village, to get their money, they'll do it, and they don't care. They just, people are absolute things to them. People are, and it's almost like a cold, robotic business energy. It's not, so it wouldn't be a sociopath. It would be a psychopath. Because a sociopath has more of an energy of, like chaos and like this energy does not feel chaotic. It feels very square. It feels very calculated. It feels really knowing. It feels very sleek. Like it feels very psychopathic. Like I'm getting an image of somebody, like a man, could be a woman as well, but I'm getting an image of a man in a very like a well-dressed suit, who can really blend into society and seem a certain way. I'm hearing some cases this could be like an abuser towards little ones. I don't want to, but it's more of a business. I'm hearing this could be somebody who's abusive towards their family and acts a certain, but it's more of a business. I mean, that's only for some. It's more of a business type thing. It's more of a, like, being a sociopath in a business type thing. It's more of a doing whatever it is to get, and just, but so psychopath. This appears to be the field into the energy. This is the psychopath pile. So pile 4 appears to be the psychopath pile. Interesting. So I'm hearing not at all trustworthy. Stay away from this person. All right, pile number 5. All right, hello, pile number 5, 1855 on the timestamps. I'll write that down. All right, so what do we have for pile number 5? Let's see. We've got, okay, I'm hearing this person shoots their arrow in a particular direction, but it is the wrong direction. Let's see if I can get more on that. So it's sort of like they shoot their arrow in the wrong direction. So I'm hearing that this person has distorted thinking, very distorted thinking. And it's like they may have good intentions. They may or may not have good intentions, but it's sort of like they basically they shoot their arrow in the wrong direction because their head just isn't on straight. And it's sort of like they have so let's see if I can get some more energy on this. Okay, so they shoot their arrow in the direction, and so it's sort of like they are very misguided. I'm hearing very misguided. It's almost like they have the spirit of confusion in them. They basically, I'm hearing this person may have, in some cases, had some very, 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 very severe trauma in their background. That, or they may have had some drug issue that has really distorted their position. But yeah, I'm hearing if it's trauma, it's severe, very severe, or drug use that went on and changed their brain chemistry. And it's sort of like they may think sometimes that they're doing right, but they're not. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the intentions, good intentions. So I'm hearing this person's, they're not necessarily bad, or they could be, but they could do 7 different untrustworthy types of things. They could send chaotic emails. They could say misleading information. They could mislead you. They could mislead others, and then they could mislead all of you. But it's sort of like, or they could put themselves in situations, put you even in situations that you have no business being in. They're the type of person who would bring, okay, this is what I'm getting. They could be the type of person, and this is not necessarily like for this person, but this is kind of an example. They could bring like a 15-year-old to a bar and think it's a good idea, or bring like a 13-year-old to a frat party and think it's a good idea. I'm getting also an image. Okay, I'm getting something else too. It's somebody who could be so distorted that they could, a stage mom, right? Like a stage mom. They could be so desperate for their child to be famous or rich or something that they would just throw them to the producers, the wolves, the producers, the evil people. It's sort of like something like that. They could just do things that are really just not something that it's sort of like, I'm hearing they could be a bad mother. They could really make bad choices. Really bad choices is what I'm hearing. They could be really bad choices towards they could make really, really bad choices, and bring other people into it as well and think it's a good idea. Or they could just bring people into an organization that don't belong there. Here's a support group. Bring somebody who's a toxic abuser into a support group for healing abuse victims, something like that. You know what I mean? Just very, very misguided. And it's sort of like they have this spirit of confusion from severe trauma or some sort of trauma to their either their psychology or even to their physiology, some sort of brain trauma even. That they just completely distorted perceptions. Interesting. So that was pile number 5. Now I move on to pile number 6. Hello, pile number 6. 24, just before, or just at 24. I'm doing this to timestamps, so I just write those down. So anyway, but let's see. Pile number 6. What do we have for pile number 6? Okay, I'm going to tune in. So let me get a drink of water, and I'm going to tune in for pile number 6. Pile number 6. Okay. I'm here. Okay, I'm getting. Okay, I got immediately. I'm just in my room, and I saw something that. Okay, what made me think this is almost like I'm getting a like sort of a sexual energy from this, like of like a very smooth talking person who would sort of push the line. Like, for example, I'm seeing an image of, like, people go to a masseuse, right? And this person would like imbue, if they're like a masseuse, they would imbue, like, I don't know if it's going to trigger the sexual energy into that. I try not to trigger the YouTube algorithm in a bad way anyway, but like somebody who would have that kind of energy, and like they could basically you know like have that inappropriate energy. Like they could really have a inappropriate energy towards like everything, towards people, and in a certain, I'm hearing even anyone, like they have this really inappropriate energy. They could be the type who would steal somebody else's wife, or steal somebody else's husband, or steal their like like, I don't know, like just really, or steal the, or even, I'm getting like, even they could steal the husband and the wife in a different month or something. Like, just very inappropriate energy. It's sort of like, I'm getting, it could be like a histrionic energy, like it's somebody who's just really has a deep hole within themselves, and because of that they sort of like it, just really inappropriate energy, like almost in some cases it could be kind of a sleazy energy, like inappropriate energy in the inappropriate boundaries, really inappropriate boundaries. And in some cases, and not all, I could hear they could be actually like criminal with those kind of energies I was talking about, as in like, you know like going for somebody too young, or like just like that kind of, that kind of energy, like somebody that's like they're that they're teaching at school, like that kind of energy, like a really inappropriate energy. And it's like, so they're not trustworthy in that sense. Yeah, and I'm hearing you may want to pick another pile. I haven't got to the end of this reading to sort of, I'm hearing for some this could be complete, but for another you may want to check another pile to see like there might be there may or may not be an extension on this in another pile. This may be complete, but if you feel like you want to go to another pile, you may want to. But that's what I get for pile number 6. Now let's go to pile number 7, which is at timestamp 28. I'm going to write that down. And, okay, pile number 7, which is 28 on the timestamp. Let us see. What do we get for this person? I'm hearing this person is about 80% trustworthy with some caveats. I'm hearing that this person, they're actually largely trustworthy, but they have some caveats, some fatal flaws that sort of, I'm hearing they could lie about. I'm kind of getting, despite they're largely trustworthy, they can lie about certain things. They can lie about certain, aspects of a situation, and they can kind of distort things. And I'm hearing this could be from sort of, like, they have a kind of a bent perspective due to some trauma that they've gone through. But I'm hearing, yeah, about 80% trustworthy. They're the type, I'm hearing that they're the type that lies about inconsequential things. Like, for example, I'm hearing if they're late to work, they could come, instead of just saying, okay, I was late, they could come up with some really exaggerated reason why. That's really like, oh, I was on the way to work and I ran into a penguin and it had a chainsaw and it just chased me around and it ran me off the road and it ended up in a ditch and then there was like then the aliens thankfully got me out of the ditch and I got back on the road and then there was a cow with like demonic eyes that went after me and that was the next obstacle. And then there was like a 10-foot turtle that took 20 minutes to get off on the road and then I finally got to work. So instead of just saying like, oh, maybe my alarm clock didn't work, they like, instead of just making it simple, they'll like, that's what I'm getting there, because they'll go into these elaborate type scenarios that don't even make any sense, but they're largely trustworthy, I'm hearing, largely, but just, yeah, that's the energy I'm getting. Like they just like, there's just something a little bit off about their perspective that may be a little bit distorted. And I'm hearing they like to avoid blame. So that's when this person could lie the most, is when they want to avoid blame. But I'm hearing they're about 80% trustworthy, which I have to say is better than a lot of the other piles I've channeled so far. So yeah, they're largely, they may have some other problems. Like I'm hearing this person has problems though. Like this person has some problems. Like I'm hearing another thing. It sounds contradictory, because this person is largely, they do feel largely trustworthy, but they're the type of person that would, like, if there's chocolate, like I'm getting kind of a kleptomania energy from this person. Like, oh, if there's like a chocolate bar, they'll grab an extra chocolate bar. So it's almost like this weird greedy energy as well too. And I know that sounds like it's a little bit contradictory to what I got in the beginning of the reading. I said they're largely trustworthy, but I said largely. I didn't say entirely. So yeah, like they're not bad. I'm not hearing. They're not bad. They're just a little bit bent and a little bit distorted. And yeah, and then they could do some other, they could do some other things that you probably know of that are kind of specific, that contrast to their largely trustworthy personality. But yeah, they're interesting energy, but not bad, not terrible, just damage is what I get. So let's go on to pile number 8. So that's 3238. I'm going to write this down. 3238 for the timestamps. And let's see, what do we get from this person? At first I heard no, no, no. And it's sort of like, I'm getting a sense of grief and like sort of emotional pain from this person. Like, no, 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 no. And at first I thought was it, I'm going to just try and, I'm going to tune into this a bit more. So it's sort of like they like to remain hidden for some reason. Like they're like, no, 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 I don't want people to know my secrets, is what I hear. I don't want people to know my secrets. So it's sort of like they're very much hidden. They're very much hidden. Their secrets are hidden. They're kind of, it's almost like I try and get the energy and it's so blocked, and that seems to be part of the reading. It's like almost like I can't read it. It's sort of like I get this energy of such blocked energy. No, 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 no. And I'm hearing in some cases they may have done something really, really very bad. And in some cases, like they may have, what I'm hearing is they may have gone against their character. They may have gone against their core character by doing this, is what I'm hearing. But I'm hearing no, no, no. So I'm hearing that this person may have a very deep, dark secret that they have that's clouds everything else. And it's like, it's sort of like this sort of deep dark secret, it clouds everything else. It's almost like I feel the energy almost feels uncomfortable to me. Like it's like they don't want me to read them. It's so like it's like they've done something bad, very, very bad. And it's sort of like and yeah, like I said, this may or may not have like sort of gone against this person's core character, what they've done. It's sort of like they've gone against their, like what they said they would not do or what they know they shouldn't do. They've done it. So I just keep on hearing no, 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 no. And I'm hearing this is actually something they could like go to to prison for. And I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's sort of like they've done something. It's sort of like they've done something that they could yeah, sorry about that. That they could yeah, go to prison for. So it's sort of like maybe that's a confirmation for this. The phone rang here, but it's sort of like they've done something. That's the core of what I'm getting. It doesn't allow me to read it. So let's go on to pile number 9. What is pile number 9? So we've got 3622. So we've got somebody who is very let's see, I'm gonna tune into this. Somebody who is very thoughtless is what I hear. This person just feels very thoughtless, and it's a person who would I'm hearing what they are is extremely insensitive, and they're just like if you hurt their feelings, they'd be like, oh well, just get over it. If you have like some sort of mental health issue, or if someone feels suicidal, like, oh well, get over it. There's something just very like very thoughtless about this person. So that's kind of what I'm getting about this person. They're just completely thoughtless. So would they do anything like steal or cheat? Or I'm hearing probably, maybe, but probably not. It's just the sheer thoughtlessness of this person is just astounding, is what I hear. Like, and then this kind of thoughtless energy could kind of go into other areas of their life, perhaps. But it's sort of like that's just what I'm getting. It's just they're purely thoughtless, and that makes a person untrustworthy. But you'll have to decide that for yourself. So pile number 10. Let's see, what do we have? So that's 38. Let's see. So this is a person that okay, let me tune into this energy. The 10th pile. So this is a person that I'm hearing they like to think that they're trustworthy, but they're just very they're very insensitive. They're very, and I got this from another pile as well too, but this is almost an attacking person, like somebody who's extra self-righteous and attacking. So this could be somebody who's, okay, I'm getting the energy of this, and I know, so I've known somebody who's exactly like this. This is the type of the person who would, like, for example, attack homeless people and be like, oh, it's their own fault. So this is an overtly attacking, very self-righteous person. So this is a person who would never say that they're at all untrustworthy. In fact, I'm getting a very narcissistic vibe. This person would think that they're almost the most trustworthy person in the world. They're the most trustworthy person in the world because they just tell it like it is. So they'd attack homeless people or people with drug issues and be like, well, you did it to yourself, and I'm just telling them to pull themselves up with the bootstraps. So this person has an extreme amount of insensitivity, which borders into attacking marginalized people. Or if somebody, they like to attack people that are weaker than them, but it's sort of like they're very haughty. I'm getting a very haughty, just almost unbelievable energy. So just a second. They're the type too that would sorry, I'm losing my voice here, but they're the type that with one more pile and then I'll end this. But there's somebody that is like very like they that if a waitress messed up, they'd be the type who'd like cruelly make nasty comments about them in front of like embarrass the waitress, and then they'd feel really terrible about themselves type thing. Like they're the type. I'm hearing this is a nasty person, because as they're just like, they're basically the type, if a waitress, like they treat like a waitress very bad, and then like if that person messed up, right, they'd be like be really nasty, leave them at like attacking people for their mistakes. I'm hearing like there's somebody who attacks people if they make a mistake, and it's like this person feels that their shit doesn't stink whatsoever. Like they basically they think that they can do no wrong. They'll be the type who self-righteously write a horrible review, even if it wasn't all that bad. They're the type that would like attack. I'm getting a very self-righteous, a very overt narcissistic vibe to this person, like very overt. And I know, I actually know some of you in this in my distant past. It's like exactly that I'm getting for this pile, and this person is not a pleasant person, I can assure you of that, and I'm sure there's other people like that. So that's the energy that I'm getting. And then the type that would like just almost like figure out the wrong things, like things that are wrong with people, and then highlight them and humiliate them almost. Like if something's wrong with a person, they just kind of like tell everybody about it at the dinner table and expect everyone to laugh at this person, and expect everyone, because it's them who's informing of the deficiency, so that they expect everyone to basically like what's the right word, like just like agree with them, and then they don't understand. They're the type who would do all these things, like like I say, humiliate the person in front of the table and everyone, and then embarrass them, and then expect, oh well, why doesn't this person want to talk to me? I don't understand. I was just telling it like it is, but well, no, you were really mean. You embarrassed the person in front of everybody at the Thanksgiving dinner, and now this person doesn't want to talk to you, and other people don't want to talk to you either. And well, I don't understand. I speak such words of wisdom, and I speak such words of integrity, but no, being that way isn't very nice. So yeah, interesting. Somebody I know popped up for this reading so I hope people who pick this pile, I feel bad for you if you have the misfortune of knowing somebody like this, because I have, and it's not very pleasant. But so yeah, I'm hearing this is just a toxic waste product person, and it's sort of like best to be avoided, because they don't have any integrity or goodness whatsoever, or they're just completely, yeah. Anyway, so now let's go into pile number 11. Hello, pile number 11, I mean. So it's 4344. 4344. So this is the last pile, and I'm kind of losing my voice, so I'm kind of glad it's the last pile. But so let's see what do we get for the pile, last but not least. So let's see. Is this person trustworthy? What kind of a person is this person? So I'm hearing no, but yes, but no. They, in some cases, it's kind of a conflicted energy, because I'm hearing in some cases they could have very good, I'm hearing it's like, it's almost split. It could be either way. They could be, I'm hearing they could be really nice in certain circumstances, but then I'm hearing they have a really dark side in others where they just like it's or I'm hearing it, like if they're really, they could be actually 98% trustworthy, but when you get that 2%, I'm hearing that when they're very good, they're very good, but when they're very bad, they're very bad. So I'm hearing like this person sort of has a a very almost dualistic nature, very almost angelic and good in a lot of respects. Like they kind of have a good nature in some respects, but when they can be really bad in certain instances, like they can have a really severe fatal flaw in others, and that could be different for other people. But it's sort of like I'm hearing they could be a really like giving, humanitarian, nice person, but they could cheat on their wife, or maybe or be really mean to one person, but be really nice to it. Or they could be really, really, okay, for example, they could be really, have a really good side in one area, like be really nice and give a lot of money away, and actually have a good heart about doing it, like doing it from a right place. But then they could steal from like, maybe like they kind of have a weird perspective. It's sort of like, oh, if there was a bad organization, they think nothing of stealing from Walmart, but then they'd give lots of money away to like an organization. And so it's like a good, I'm hearing for some, yeah, this actually could be a good-hearted person, but with a fatal flaw type thing. So it's kind of a conflicted energy. So, but it's sort of an imbalanced energy too. Although this person may have a good side, they may have a really fatal flaw that brings a teeter-totter to the other side. But I have to be fair to this person. They do have a, like, I do sense they have a very good streak as well, or they could have a very good streak, if you will. So yeah, interesting energies. All we've got for, it's pile number 11. And thank you for listening. Bye-bye.